I'm Holly Dietz, and these are my weird ideas. This is episode 2, where we build a custom GPT from scratch. I assume you have ChatGPT Pro or Enterprise and that you have used Chat before and that you sort of know what you're doing. This is not a complete beginner thing. This is a complete beginner custom GPT tutorial. I'm not going to talk about the made by OpenAI GPTs or discuss anything that I'm not actually demonstrating today. Maybe in episode 3, we'll do something more hardcore like add zaps or connect to something weird. You never know. Okay, you'll see that I have already created 2 GPTs because Lord knows I would not do this demo without some practice. I decided to go with one of my favorite chat activities, dream interpretation. Now, if you know me, and most likely you don't, you know that I don't believe in any sort of woo or supernatural anything. But I love tarot cards because the answers I get are all in my own head. And I feel the same way about dream interpretation. It doesn't matter what the interpreter tells me, it's just how I interpret that information, my own self. So let's build a dream bot. Step 1, create. Now, you can start on the create tab if you want, but I'm not going to. So I'm not going to really explain that. It's sort of self-explanatory, but we're sort of beyond that. So we're going to do configure. And this is where we sort of, you know, we go rogue. That's not true. That makes it sound more exciting than it actually is. Anyway, we're just going to fill these things out, give it a name. It asks for a description, but because this goes underneath the name, I just like to say, well, I want to hear about your dream. So tell me about it. You could put, paste your dream below, but I mean, this is just for me. I know what's going on. Okay. So then we have the instructions. And this is a mix of an extremely long prompt that I did long ago, and then also a dream interpretation that it did for me. And it's a mix of that because I want to show it what I expect and in the way that I expect it to be delivered to me. If you see here, I've got actually a copy paste of me with the prompt and chat, and then I give the dream, and then chat says 1, 2, 3. So it's done in a list type way so that it makes it easier to reference. You'll see what I mean when we're finished. But that's how I have always done ChatGPT, is by giving it very specific expectations and seeing if it will meet them. And if it doesn't, I give it better expectations. Does that make sense? I hope so. So we don't need a conversation starter. That's what would be here in little boxes where you could just click it. We don't need knowledge. We don't need any of this stuff. Said maybe episode 3, we'll do that. Yeah. So this is your bot. Oh, we didn't make it pretty. You can do an image if you want. You can upload your own. I don't really, not a fan of Dolly. You know, I'm a MidJourney fangirl. So probably in real life, I would do a MidJourney here. But this is all about chat. So we're going to let it do its thing. I'm not going to edit this. I want you to see how long this actually takes. Sometimes it takes a long time. That's jank, but whatever, we'll keep it. So save. It defaults to public. You probably don't want this. This eventually could show up in the store. I'm not about monetizing this stuff. That's not the point to me. Keep in mind that it's going to have you by default, and by you, it's whoever pays for this service. So, I mean, y'all know who I am, so it's no big deal, but you might want to keep that in mind. I'm going to make this only me, and then we're going to test it out. Let's see. I've got a little fake dream here. Let's see what it says. Okay. So I've given it a task of, once we're done, asking me if I want to explore any of these themes. And I could just say, you know, number 3. And then it would go back to the eating cake together. Y'all, I promise I did not dream this. Although it would have been fun, probably. Okay, so that's cool. And you could just keep going. All right, so what if we're like, I hate that. It didn't work out right. You come over here and you can edit it. Now, if you have already configured it, do not use create. It will overwrite what you've done here. So don't think you can really mix and match. Believe me, ask me how I know. There are many deleted bots um, along the way. So you could go in, you could change the name, you could change the image, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can, save how it's previewed. That's There you go. And this is where they live. They'll live here under your GPTs unless you make them public. I don't know. Go for it. If anyone wants this, I'm happy to give you a link to it. Do not care. There's nothing private in here. So just let me know and, DM me or whatever, and I will DM you a link. Does that sound good? All right. That was exciting for me. I hope it was for you, and we'll do more next time.